Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Bob Chapman is the man that you need to be paying attention to. That's why today, June the 3rd, 2010, the number one show on Blog Talk Radio is the show that you should be listening to. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to welcome Mr. Bob Chapman to the show. I know he's got some information out there. He's got the debt crisis going on. He knows about the debt crisis, and he knows that it's about to cause a run on the banks in Europe. Mr. Bob Chapman, welcome to the show.
Well, thank you very much. First of all, for those of you who have heard what Drew is saying regarding British banks, perhaps other banks as well, I have heard the same thing from my contacts that attend Federal Reserve meetings in the United States. Not as explicit as that, but sometime in October, November, or later, they expect there's going to be big banking changes. And the reason I want to do that is to consolidate the banks and nationalize them. And secondly, they want to control people's money as well. And how this is all going to turn out, I don't know. But I do know this. I don't have any money in the bank. In fact, I don't have a credit card either and haven't had one for many years. People who have more money in banks than 3 months operating expenses for your home should not have that money there. That money should be in gold and silver coins or shares or both. For businesses is 6 months. You have to be able to function, and the assumption is that banks will be consolidated and reopened. How long will it take? I don't know. Several days? Maybe. Several weeks? Maybe. I just can't say. But I do know one very important thing. If you've got more cash balances in banks than what I've just described, if you've got CDs, cash value life insurance policies, and annuities, get out of them and put that money into gold and silver related assets. Right now, there are lines starting at 4 o'clock in the morning in Switzerland and Germany and in other places throughout Europe. People waiting at coin companies that sell coins, waiting to see if they can buy some. It's been going on for weeks. I talked to one of the few brokers that I recommend in the United States. One of them couldn't get much product, so the person went on vacation for 2 weeks. And the other one can't get anything at all. I hope you're getting this message. The South African Mint I think it's in Pretoria, but I'm not sure. But anyway, they make the Krugerrand. They just double their production. And of course, all of this gold that's being used is going out of circulation. And in Vienna, they just doubled production. They're doing the same in Canada. The United States has stopped production. They don't have any gold and silver to do their printing with, or the coins. And where that's going to end, I don't know. How long it'll take, I don't know. Again, I hope you're getting the message. Those people who started buying 4 years ago when gold was $700 or $800 have done quite well. Those of you who bought stocks in that period have done enormously well. And so you got to keep it up, because what Drew says is true. There's big trouble out there, and I think that the Illuminists have made a terrible mistake and trying to slowly take down the countries and their banks in Europe to do a devaluation and default later together isn't working. I mean, the euro, which they created, has been pummeled from 150 down to 121 something, which is the last thing I expected them to do, say 6 or 8 months ago. But they did. And so what we have is financial chaos. And it's not bad. It's going to get worse. And I don't think I can add much more to it than that. I can't get any stronger than that without getting a mop and hitting you over the head. Get with it. Go ahead, Drew.
All right. Well, I was gonna. I've just got a Russian instant message me, and I'm trying to translate his language, his message. But other than the fact that he's telling me it's 3:10 in the morning, I got that far, and I do know it's about gold and silver. But I have several other Marines. One here from Rota, Spain, and you did not mention, quote, you did not mention Spain, Mr. Chapman. We've been trying to buy gold here for 6 weeks since we first got any extra money to buy gold. There is no gold to be purchased in and around Rota, Spain. Yavina, my girlfriend in the Crimean, tells me that your guest doesn't realize how hard it is to buy gold here in the Crimean. We have been trying to buy bits and pieces, as you suggested 5 months ago. Many of my enemies? No. Many of my friends tell me that they can't find gold anywhere, even when they travel into Turkey. Obviously, somebody's making gold, somebody's buying gold, but there's no gold to be had. And it's Mr. Bob, Mr. Bob, why is gold going down? The markets say gold is going down, but there's no gold to be had. It should be going up because of supply and demand. Tell me why.
It's because the United States government is manipulating it down. And they've been manipulating it since 1988. And until we change that, they'll continue to try to do that. Fortunately, I think they're out of gold. And they're using derivatives. And they only can affect the market for several days at most. And it's usually 2 or 3 days. It turns around and get right back up again. But the United States government is manipulating the market. It's not only in gold and silver. It's in commodities, particularly oil, and, of course, in the stock market and in the bond markets.
I'm getting several messages here in Russian. I'm having a trouble translating, but we'll get back to those. I want to get back over here to the chat room. I did have a chat room message from somebody. This is from Just One in Germany. Ask Bob about gold. Why is it going down when I literally cannot buy gold anywhere here in Germany? This makes no sense. Well, I think you just answered that.
Yeah, and that's the explanation. And you've got to understand out there that the United States government is everybody's enemy when it comes to financial matters. They've been doing this for a long time. Yes, gold and silver have gone up during that period of time, so they've been semi-successful. All they've done is allow people like yourselves, when gold and silver are available, to be able to buy it. And you got to remember, you can always buy shares. Now, I know that's not easy for everyone, but that would be another way to approach it.
I have a pop-up question here. Colorado Al came in. Asked Bob about LIBOR, L-I-B-O-R. Are they manipulating the market as well?
Well, LIBOR is the London interbank rate, and that's the rate at which banks lend money to one another. Sometimes it's overnight, 3 days, 7 days, 2 weeks, a month, 3 months. And the last time LIBOR went to 5 5/8%, the U.S. Federal Reserve stepped in and secretly, and they're not going to tell you this, they secretly told the people in the banks in Europe and elsewhere, we will guarantee any deposits that you make. So LIBOR came down on a 3-month basis to around 0.40, 0.4% to borrow. Maybe it got down a little bit lower than I was watching it closely. After that, just recently, it started to move back up again to around 0.55. And that tells me that the Federal Reserve is going to have to step in again, if they haven't already, and guarantee deposits. This is a very, very terse situation out there.